Back again on Tuesday. I missed you last week, Doc.
Oh, me too, Brian.
Were you upset?
Of course I'm upset. I mean, when I don't see on Tuesday. Tuesday is my routine. I'm a man of routines.
Today's an amazing show. We have Kelsey with us today.
Oh, Kelsey's
back. Oh, my goodness.
You said you didn't even miss me.
Well,
Miss him.
No, I see you every day.
It's about us, Kelsey. It's about us today. Come on, jeez. You're always on stage, you know? We're not all Miss Internationals in the car.
Of course. We have like 3 minutes of fame.
That's right.
That's it.
Right. So welcome back. And listen, this is the Captain's Log. Today we're going to talk about B12. You gave me a B12 shot.
I did. I gave you a B12 with methionine, inositol, and choline. And today we'll talk about B12 with methionine, inositol, and choline. We'll talk a little bit about why
Not in my choline. Choline.
Choline.
Oh, okay, I wanted to make sure.
Methionine, inositol, and choline. And we'll talk about, why there is such so many people. As a matter of fact, 39% of Americans are lacking B12 by itself. And why people need B12. And what is B12? What is B12?
I don't know. All
for?
I know is I see this new thing. Everyone's got to go B12.
Right. So today we'll talk about what does it mean and where can you get the B12 and everything else. It's going to be an exciting show as always. It's always fun and funny, and you make it, entertaining as well. So
this guy builds me up so much. It's so exciting. It's just good for me to be here. It makes me feel good.
So, Brian.
Yes.
B12. So 39% of the American population today is lacking B12. We are not sure what's the cause, but we think it's a lot about our diet. B12 is found only in animal,
How do we know we're lacking?
So the NIH is doing statistics. We're checking people. We're looking at the statistics when we check for B12, and we see, so many people are lacking B12. So you can do a simple blood test and see if you're lacking B12. And your primary care doctor can do that. But a lot of people complaining of fatigue. That's the most common reason people come to the office for B12 because, I'm not myself. I'm a little tired. I'm not myself. I don't sleep well, and we'll talk about that. I'm not myself. I have decreased. I'm losing hair, the hair growth. We'll talk about that as well today. So all these are signs and symptoms of low B12.
What about like when you see the commercial and they're like, do you get a lot of headaches? Are you hungry at night? And you all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I have all these things.
Right.
I need it.
All right. So we don't do commercial here on the show.
That's right.
Because commercial is like a
nobody
horoscope.
pays us, damn it.
That's right.
That's why. We don't want to get paid off. We want to get the real info.
We want the real stuff. This is not fake news. This is real news. We give
real stuff.
So again,
we don't want all those corporate sponsors to taint our opinions on things.
We are against all that stuff.
I don't want all those millions of dollars.
No. We are against
it. Keep your money.
Absolutely. I told my wife, I don't want to play the lotto. I don't want to win $785 million. It will be bad.
Yes.
Absolutely. So again, when you listen to those commercials, you feel like it's like the horoscope. When you read your horoscope, you feel, wow, I have that, I have that, I definitely have that. They design it in a way. But here we are telling you, what, it could be that, I'm not saying you for sure it's B12, but it could be B12. The advantage of B12, that there's really no harm done by getting B12. B12 is water soluble. All extra B12 goes away quickly. And there are significant amount of benefits, specifically if you take the B12 with what we call lipotropic enzymes. So you take it with methionine, inositol, and choline together, what we call the super B12.
And that super B12 is medical grade, yes?
Of course.
You can't go to the store and get this.
No. It has to be compounded in a sterile environment, and it has to have the expiration date. You cannot.
And Kelsey has to walk out and give it to you.
Of course.
I do B12.
Kelsey gives
Kelsey
B12.
does B12,
absolutely.
right?
I'll give you yours and your glute.
In this glute. Did you read that?
Buttocks,
in the glute,
right?
the buttocks.
In the buttocks.
Right. So again, I get my own B12 every Friday.
I can't
one of my
concentrate
medicals.
now, Doc.
I know. You're still like thinking about that shot. And it doesn't hurt when Kelsey does it.
It does not. It's with love.
So I get my own B12 every Friday. One of my medical assistants gives me my B12 shot. And the first time I got it, I didn't see a major improvement. The second week, I think I was lacking so much B12, so it wasn't enough. So it's like if you have an empty tank and you're going to put just like 1 gallon, it's not like you don't feel like a superstar. It's not going to move the needle. It's not going to move the needle. You're not going to feel the difference. Second time, I felt the difference. So why do people get B12? So number one reason is energy. It's lack of energy. So what is the B12? B12, just think about it. We talk about car and moving the needle. B12 is like the oil in your engine. So
Okay.
if you know every 10,000 miles you're supposed to change the oil, and if you don't, not the end of the world. The car will still drive, but it's not going to be efficient.
I'm the worst at that.
Brian did
They
not
bring
change
it
oil
in.
in 30,000
They
miles.
bring it in out to 30,000. You have oil changes? Absolutely.
No.
I just go to this little guy over here in the corner.
That's
He
right.
never gives me the sticker that
That's
says
right.
that it was.
That's right. Brian never knows when to change the oil, but it's important. So that's what make your car more efficient. So there is in every cell there's an organelle called mitochondria. The mitochondria makes ATP. ATP is what makes energy in the body, and in order to make that energy, you need that B12. So if you don't have that, all of a sudden you're not making energy efficiently. Your body needs energy, and how do you expand your energy? By moving, by exerting heat, by doing stuff like that, by talking right now. So there is something called metabolism. What is metabolism, Captain Brien? Metabolism is when you have energy expenditure at rest. Even when you are, watching TV at home, you're spending about 90 calories per hour.
Right.
Okay? When you're having sex, Captain Brien, I know you're going to say it's a
You
million.
told me 170 calories.
As if you are going
Damn
crazy
it.
at it. And
No,
remember,
come on.
170 calories for 1 hour if
Well,
you're going crazy.
Tonight,
And we
while I'm having
know
sex, I'm
1
gonna do
hour.
push-ups
I
as
know.
well at the same time.
You have to do a lot of push-up, a lot of crunches, a lot of everything while you're having sex. So sex is not a great energy expenditure.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun, but not a great energy expenditure. So B12 will enhance your metabolism, will improve that cell mechanism, that the cell is going to work better and makes that ATP. So again, number one cause is lack of energy. Patients come to our office, where Kelsey works, to see Kelsey mainly, but they come to Revitalize, go through urology, they get a shot of B12,
Yes.
methionine, and acetylcholine. We give
And
them,
it was painless. It was like, boom, done.
it's a tiny needle.
Little thing.
We use a 29 gauge needle.
That's like not even like a
it's a-
vaccination.
It's
No.
the same size needles we use for your Botox.
Oh, is that
Correct.
what
The
it is?
same size needle as
Okay.
the Botox. It's the same size needle you use for an insulin, to inject insulin. It's
Okay.
nothing. It's really, you don't feel it at all. So that's the number one cause that patients come is lack of energy.
But what about this? Everyone's pushing that it's a B12 diet something or other, right?
Right.
So what is that? Is it
Right.
because it helps your metabolism? Your metabolism obviously is what burning.
So I'm a true believer in the B12 diet, in the B12 helping your metabolism, but it doesn't work if you go from here to I don't know, to have a burrito. It
Yeah.
doesn't work that way. When I say burrito, I mean, you can have any fast food, anything quick.
Sure.
It will, if you put crap in your mouth, no
It's still
B12
coming
in the
out
world.
crap.
Correct. It's going to
Yeah.
be crap out. Crap
Yeah.
in, crap out. So you need to eat healthy with that, and then you're going to lose weight. Taking the B12 by itself, you're not going to lose weight if you eat crap. If you eat healthy and you're taking the B12, of course, it's going to work. Your car, we always take very good care of our car. We go change the oil, change the tire, put air, wash it, do everything. What do we do for our body? Nothing.
Yeah.
We
Right.
don't take care of our body.
That's right.
You
You got to drink a lot of water.
We have to drink a
And
lot
have-
of water. You have to have B12. You have to have the maintenance. You have to have the vitamins. You have to have the good gasoline.
You have to kiss Kelsey. Isn't that part of it?
Keeps
So,
you young.
so that's what we talk about, the weight loss. So the weight loss is going to work because you're going to improve your metabolism. But again, your metabolism also depends on what kind of energy you're putting in, what kind of gasoline you're putting in.
Right.
Are you putting 97 octane, or you're going to put diesel gasoline
Yeah.
in your car?
Yeah.
So
I
if
want
you,
nitrous oxide, baby.
you
Give me it.
want a jet
Full-
engine.
yes.
You want jet engine in your side.
I want rocket fuel.
Correct, rocket fuel. So the other thing that patients complain, and Connie, my medical assistant in the office, she had problem with sleep. Her sleep rhythm, she was waking up in the middle of the night multiple times. She started herself on the B12, and we started on the B12, and her sleep had improved. So we did a lot of research on the circadian rhythm. The circadian rhythm is your sleep pattern. And there are several studies that show that B12 is going to help you with sleep. You're going to sleep better. So, I don't have any problem sleeping, but I do take the B12, but I sleep well to begin with. But some people that have problem with sleep are going to improve their sleep. The other thing is help with focusing, concentration, and mood. So again, I don't want to say
I need help with that.
we all do. We
Yeah.
all do. But I don't want to say that B12, methionine, and acetylcholine, choline, this is the cause of depression. Not at all, and will cure depression.
Or will help ADD.
Or will help ADD. But this is the little things in life. It's like for your car. You do need to put gasoline, and you need to change the oil, and you need to fix the brakes, and you need to put the air in the tires. You need to put, water in your windshield wipers. You need to do all this stuff to run this car smoothly. So is it true that you can run the car without gasoline? No, you can't. Can you run a car without any oil? No, you can't. Each one of these components depend on each other.
Correct.
And they're all important. No air in the tires, and all of a sudden, I'm not moving anywhere. So which one is more important? They're all important. So you really have to take good care of yourself. Hair loss. I know, Brian, you care about that a lot,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I obviously don't care. Look at this, look at that.
Right.
I mean, look at me, look at him. So hair loss.
I count every one every day.
So there are
I make sure I'm not losing any.
There are three main components for hair growth. Okay, the first one is ferritin. Ferritin is iron. Okay, the second one is hemoglobin. The third one is B12. Now, for hair not to lose hair, it's different. Not to lose hair is a lot of hormonal. Okay, so there is something called dihydrotestosterone. Testosterone is being converted to dihydrotestosterone, which is a very potent testosterone. As a matter of fact, 10 times more potent than regular testosterone, and that causes male baldness. You know what you see on my head?
Okay.
You don't see hair. That's because of that. Too
'Cause
much.
you have 10 times.
Too much. 10 times more.
Son of a bitch. These guys got it all.
It's unbelievable. Well, I don't have hair. Minus the hair. So patients that have, this type of baldness, we do put them on a drug called Propecia. Propecia blocks the conversion of testosterone to dihydrotestosterone, so you have less dihydrotestosterone.
It scares me though, because it also does it.
Correct.
Isn't it tough on the little wiener?
It is a little tough on the little wiener. Oh, we don't call it little wiener, by the way.
Yes, that's right.
The
On the
huge,
gigantic,
colossal wiener.
Yes.
It's like so it does affect that, but specifically it does affect your libido. So because your testosterone level will still be high, because again it blocks the conversion of testosterone to dihydrotestosterone. So your testosterone will stay up, your dihydrotestosterone will go down. So B12 patients that are taking B12, they're going to benefit from hair growth. So we talked about energy, we talked about hair growth,
yes.
We talked about all this stuff.
Guys, when you have questions too, feel free. If you want to drop them in the comments, you can. If you want to DM us, you always can. Dr. Daller and I will both be following the comments after the
Definitely.
show. Kelsey will as well. She's in the back chilling with us, but we're driving, so I can see a few of the comments, but we can't answer them very well because we're still driving and talking. But yes, feel free.
No text messaging
after the
and driving.
Yes, we don't text.
We don't do that. We don't text and
that's
drive.
worse than not getting B12.
That's right.
Much worse.
Much worse.
Yes.
So again, where can you get the B12 with methionine and acetylcholine? We're not talking about regular B12.
I know exactly where.
B12.
Revitalize Lounge.
That's right.
That would be right in Fort Myers. Amazing facility.
Thank you.
And you happen to own it.
Thank you. And Kelsey is there, and I'm there, and Mel, my nurse practitioner, is there, and we have 20 employees that are there, and we are open at 5:30 in the morning, and you come in and out, so it's not like you have to wait for a long time to get the B12. But we have something special. Kelsey, as a matter of fact, is doing an event tomorrow.
Isn't there? Yeah, it's a
tomorrow huge event. Kelsey, tell us about tomorrow's event.
Kelsey, what's the event?
I'm so excited. We're doing basically a Revitalize special event that I'll be hosting, educating people on aesthetic procedures. That
More importantly, do we get to meet you if we go?
Of course.
You get to meet Kelsey, so that's first of all, that's the start of it. Okay.
So basically, any attendee will get to have spent more hours with me than you have. Total.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness.
So
she rubs it in. This is my show, Kelsey. Stop trying to steal the limelight. She does this every time.
We're giving
Every
away
single
to
time.
anyone who attends. Everyone who shows up and wants one can get a free B12 injection. And I'll do it by yours truly if you want me to inject you.
Free B12 with
tomorrow.
methionine and acetylcholine to everybody that comes tomorrow between 3 o'clock, 3 p.m.
Okay.
To the clinic.
And then how often did we answer? How often do you need the
Good
shot?
question. I get it once a week. Some of my patients get it every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks.
Is there a program where
We do have a program
Okay, so
that we
what's the
keep them,
program?
and the program essentially you buy 10 of them, and you come once a week, and we give you all the literature. As a matter of fact, tomorrow Kelsey is going to give every person that comes And again, you don't need to buy anything. You don't need to do anything. You just show up, and you're going to get a huge pamphlet that we wrote about what to eat, how to eat, about vitamin B12. You're going to get a shot of B12. You're going to know about apple cider vinegar, intermittent fasting, everything that Captain Brien and I will talk about. You're going to get that literature.
That's great.
All in writing, everything there for you, and everything for free.
From 3 to 6.
From 3 to 6 p.m.
At Revitalize Lounge.
So the event.
It's a great show.
Let's talk about
You
the
gotta
event.
do it.
Yeah.
Why they should come.
Yes, let's do it.
So the event is about just looking good and feeling good. So B12, obviously, if you get B12 injections, you can feel better. So that's an incentive.
Is it good for your skin?
It can be because of the sleep and because of your energy levels. So when you're feeling good, you have more energy, you're going to take care of yourself. So when I start talking to you about skincare and all of that, it's going to be good. If you're not sleeping well, that's when you get the tired eyes, dark circles, fine lines, all of the things that show age, right? So we're trying to keep you healthy and feeling good. Everything is educational tomorrow. I will be offering injections if someone wants to kind of get rid of some of the lines in the face, between the eyebrows and the forehead.
Like
we'll be
fillers.
doing that. And fillers as well.
Yeah.
So Galderma is actually sponsoring this event with me, and they are raffling off a free filler treatment.
Wow.
with me.
Wow.
So everybody who
Very cool.
attends also gets entered. Not only do you get a free B12, but you get entered for a free filler, and we can choose based on consultation with me where that would go. So everybody kind of doesn't know about fillers completely, and so my whole presentation is going to be on who's a good candidate for what. I'll show you my before and after pictures. I'll show you Dr. Daller's before and after pictures and other treatments that I've done, because fillers are not all, look fake, look like an Instagram model, right? People are doing them under the eyes. People are rejuvenating their lips. People are filling fine lines from expression. There's plenty of places to put it that you wouldn't even really
I have a
know
friend
about.
who has like birth bumps right here, and she wanted to maybe get fillers to make them all smooth. Does that make sense? She asked. She asked me to ask you that.
So that's a very
Kelsey.
dangerous area.
Okay.
I mean, I would consult with her and be very honest. I never do something kind of out of my wheelhouse, so it's difficult to say what she looks like. Every consultation I do or suggestion that I make always has to be in person. I don't even really do like pictures, because it's not the same as far as movement and different lighting. As far as in the forehead, though, that's more, the Botox, Dysport type treatments to help relax fine lines.
Okay.
Fillers in certain areas can be dangerous, so you want to go to someone who's educated, who does it a lot, who knows their anatomy, because there can be, some side effects.
Kelsey does my Botox and
mine
yours as well, and we love it.
Yes.
Kelsey is very talented. I don't feel anything, and I have great results. I mean, people say I look like a kid now.
When she
15, 16,
when
I
she
get
gives
carded.
me the-
Everywhere I go, I get carded.
I get to pinch her every time she does it. Every time she jabs me, I pinch her. So I get it. It works out for me.
Yeah.
And so there's other incentives for people to attend tomorrow at Revitalize Lounge at 3. You get a B12. You get entered for a free filler. We're raffling off a chair treatment, right?
The
For
BTLM Sella.
Yeah.
We're raffling off the BTLM Sella. As a matter of fact,
people who
3
have
of them.
urinary
3
leakage.
BTLM Sellas. We are going to have one raffle at 3 o'clock, one at 4, one at 5 o'clock, and one at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
And
So that's exciting.
we did the show with that.
We did a show on that, of course. Of course.
On the Kegels.
On the Kegel exercise.
40,000 Kegels.
11,200.
Oh, 11,200.
Close enough. Close
in
enough.
under 30 minutes.
In under 30 minutes.
Yes.
Holy
And
cow.
You don't have to feel pressured to get a service either. We can do a consultation and plan, because some services, people are worried that, what if I have swelling, or what if I have downtime, but I want to look good for an event in a month. Then we can do a consultation and come up with a plan on a schedule that works for you. So it doesn't mean that if you attend, you're getting a needle in the face. It's let's come up with a plan that's very individualized
But
to you for your
I
concerns.
had no problem. Literally couldn't tell within an hour.
Yeah, me too. No, within 15 minutes, I went into my car and I didn't see any bumps or anything on my forehead. And I look at my forehead. I look at the mirror all the time.
So anyone who wants to get injected tomorrow, I will be there. I'll be doing it. I'm happy to do so. But if people just want to kind of feel out what they might want to do, financially plan for something, get someone a gift, or pre-purchase a filler for a spouse or a friend for a upcoming birthday, you can do that as well, and we'll have special prices. So all our skincare is going to be, all of our skincare and services and boutique stuff is going to be 20% off tomorrow for all the attendees.
You're giving away the farm, Kelsey. You're giving the farm.
Amazing.
Doc, you
amazing.
You make no money tomorrow.
No.
It's a write-out tomorrow. It's good. It's good for the people.
Before April 15th, we need to show the IRS that we're losing money.
Of course.
Kelsey is going to prove it to them. We're losing money. It's amazing.
I'm getting money back on my taxes, so I'm doing something right.
That's right. That's exciting.
So how much B12 is in a dose? I don't think I asked that.
Yeah, so we give 1 cc of B12. 1 cc of the super B12.
Okay.
So it's 1 full cc. That's how much you get.
And when you take a B12
by
vitamin,
mouth, very good question.
What is
So
the
Captain
difference?
Brien is asking, you know what? I can go to Costco and get the, vitamin water.
Correct.
There's some B12 in
Yeah.
it. The problem is absorption. So in order to absorb B12, you have something that binds to it. I don't want to bore the audience, but you have to bind to it in the stomach. And a lot of people have lacking of that binding things, and you're not absorbing very well. When I give you an injection, you don't need to bind anything. 100% of it go to your system.
It does.
So 100% absorption versus
what on a
60 to 70% absorption.
Okay.
So majority of it you don't absorb.
And it's not all the same. I mean, obviously, like you can go to Walgreens and you see the price versus the price at.
Of course.
And is there a big difference?
Of course, there's a big difference. But again, a lot of these vitamins that you buy in any of these health stores are not controlled. These are not FDA controlled.
And they also don't have the extra enzymes in it, because we do have a lot of patients who come to us and they go, my energy's fine, but they want to lose weight.
Right.
So we have a lot of people who are coming in consistently once a week just to help them with weight loss and their new diet and lifestyle and all of that. So
and does it matter about where the shot's given? Don't they give it some shots or something in your gland or something? What's the one that they do for the
you need it intramuscular.
Yeah, it's IM and your body, it goes into your system. There's nothing that goes into your thyroid gland or anything
thyroid.
Like that.
Right.
No, there's no
What's
shot
that
into the
shot?
the
That's
thyroid.
different?
I don't know any shot that you give directly to the thyroid gland.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't know shit either.
What the movies you're watching now are different movies. Captain Brien. I know these futuristic movies.
I'm trying to watch everything to make sure I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I thought I knew somebody that did like a weight loss clinic with shots, and what's the shots that everyone's doing for the weight?
So it's B12, methionine, acetylcholine, or some people get glutathione or stuff like that, but no. There's really, I mean, we don't believe that just the shot itself. That's why I want to give you the literature about how to live your life in a healthy way.
Exactly.
The shot by themselves, you're going to be in that clinic over and over and over. We don't want that. We want you to change your lifestyle.
Yep.
And again, absorption is key. And as Kelsey said, you don't get, if you get just the B12, you never get methionine and acetylcholine. Methionine is an essential amino acid. Essential amino acid you cannot make. Your body cannot make.
And you can't buy that in a pill.
You cannot buy it in a pill.
No.
And B12, by the way, I mean, we have hundreds and hundreds of patients that are vegans. You cannot get B12 if you're a vegan. You have to get an injection. It founds in red meat. I mean, you don't have red meat. So the B12, you have to get B12. So a lot of vegans get once a month a shot of B12.
And because they're not getting it in the meat.
They're not getting in the meat.
It's very important to know.
Very important.
I didn't know this.
Yes. And so again, I encourage people to be.
So all you vegans watching,
I know
see me tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I have a huge vegan following.
Yeah, I love this kind of diet. I just cannot do it. I'm weak. Like you are weak. We're both weak.
It's actually, you actually have to seriously plan your whole day around it. It's tough.
It is difficult.
I did it for almost 9 months.
Is that right? Completely?
Yeah.
Plant by side.
100%.
Nothing.
9
no
months.
Eggs, no.
9 months.
Vegan.
Straight up vegan. And
wow.
I did actually feel good,
you.
and it made my allergies go away.
Sure.
That's how I learned that I can't have soy anymore because of that.
Wow, I didn't know that about you.
I did 9 months. I did.
Kelsey, every time we're learning something
new
about.
It's like me and Kelsey. We did for 9 months, and then I'm done. It's over.
He's like still
and
Team 6
all your
stuff.
allergies.
I mean, still Team 6.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
well, guys, I hope you like this edition of the Captain's Log. We're bringing you the B12 with what's in it, all the stuff in it.
Methionine and acetyl and choline.
That's why I bring you.
That's right.
You answer all the important stuff. We're pulling in here, Revitalize Lounge. We're in Fort Myers. Come tomorrow, 3 to 6 o'clock. You get to see Kelsey. You get to meet Dr. Daller.
You get a B12 with Mick.
You get B12 and
you get entered for fillers.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole thing.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Don't
it's
miss
going to be
it.
a lot of fun. There will be food. There will be drinks.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
that too.
we are going to give everybody gets a little shot of Captain Vodka,
That's right.
Captain Brien vodka, rum
right.
or gin. I'm not sure which
Yes.
one, or one of them.
Or
Just
do it
one.
with your eyes closed and guess which
Right.
one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's right. You get
We're
to
going to
pick
do a
and choose.
test.
Be good, guys. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day. We'll be back tomorrow.